From Toronto, Canada, it's the Up and Adam Show. I'm Stu Jeffers, and now, here's your host, Adam Lucas.
How's it going, everybody? All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Up and Adam Show. Thank you, everybody, for joining and tuning in tonight. It's our second episode of the new format. Hope you guys all enjoy. Worked very hard on this one with our team, and I'm very excited to showcase it to you guys. Everybody, before we get into the episode, you guys watching the Euro Cup? Wanted to ask all you guys that because I'm Italian, right? And I'm rooting for Italy. And guys, we are killing it right now. And I think we actually might take the cup. And you know, I had a lot of questions. People ask me this, but yeah, I am Italian. You guys didn't know that? Come on, really? I'm 5'6". I move around like Sebastian Maniscalco, and I sound like Joe Pesci when I talk. How do you not think I was Italian? Come on, jeez. Anyways, guys, we got a great episode tonight. My next guest is a singer and songwriter from Toronto, Canada. Her name is Dallas Rodin. Her new single, Shark, is out. It's been out for a month and almost reached 100,000 downloads in the first month, which is phenomenal. She has another single called Outer Space, which has surpassed 1 million downloads on Spotify and Apple, which is amazing. Give her a hand. I'll be playing a clip of it right now. Awesome, guys. You gotta check out the full song on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, all streaming platforms. It's amazing. She also has a live acoustic version on her YouTube channel. Check it out, Dallas Rodin, on YouTube and Instagram. Guys, also we have a movie review from Luke Smith. I'm excited for you guys to see that one. It's gonna be a great episode. Also, the boys from the Bad Batch are back for another conspiracy theory this week, the Mandela effect. And before I showcase what's going on with that, I'll give you a little example. You guys ever watch Pokemon? Well, let me ask you a question. What color is Pikachu's tail? You'll find out when they come on the show. See? Look at that. It's a little bit of a cock tease. Come on. A little bit of a tease going on. Oh, censor that out. All right, guys. Like always, please hit that subscribe button and like the channel and like this video. I hope you guys all enjoy, like I said. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the show. Guys, my next guest is an amazing singer and songwriter from Toronto, Canada, where I'm from. And she is breaking records right now with having over 137,000 Spotify monthly listeners. And her new single, Shark, is coming on May 14th. So guys, please stay tuned for that. Please welcome Dallas. Dallas, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I had a little bit of that stutter going on in the beginning there, so sorry about that. But you'll get used to that from the whole episode. I have a little bit of a stutter, so it's all good though.
We all do.
It's okay. How you been though? How's the quarantine life? I guess. I mean, third wave bullshit thing. I don't know. How's it going with that?
Yeah, I mean, we're all in it, and like I always say to everyone, it's kind of just like no one can really play victim. Like every industry has its problems right now, and I'm just doing as much as I can while still being safe with, recording and whatnot. So yeah, it is what it is at this point.
That's okay. Yeah, well, it's funny. The way I heard about you was through my friend Jess Ruffalo, and I wanted her to pay. Yeah, she said so many. She said so many great things about you, and I was like, I went on your page after. I'm like, wow, it's like it's just crazy. Like, I love your music, and I actually listen to all your songs. My favorite personally is Outer Space, which was awesome, and that song especially has over 1 million streams on Spotify, which is unbelievable. And I know you have many other songs other than that, like Sour Cherry and stuff, and Me and My Girls. But we'll get into that later, especially with your new single coming out. But firstly, I just want to ask about your music career as a whole. Like, how did you start singing?
Yeah, I've been singing and writing music since I was 6. So I basically got a guitar and just started writing absolute shitty songs, like about things that I had never experienced, like love. Like at the age of 6, what do you know about that? Yeah. But my parents just were like, kind of like, oh, she's definitely has something, so we'll put her in music lessons. So I was training like on and off for a little bit there, and then I was always academic. So even though like music was a big part of my life, like everything, I was kind of like, it doesn't seem like the career that I should kind of choose. It's just not a safe career to choose. So I would always kind of focus more on like biology, and always thought I was going to go into like marine biology. But then I started.
That would be pretty cool though, marine biology. That'd be nice.
Yeah, right? Like I'm super interested in that field as well. So I always kind of, it was either one or the other, even though they're completely different. But then I started doing musicals. So I decided my grade 12 year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to audition for one school only. If I get in, I'm going to go. If I don't, I'm going to take the year off and like really focus on what it is I want to do.
Mhm.
And I auditioned and I got in and I went to New York City and I studied at the American Musical Dramatic Academy.
Oh, that's
So I
awesome.
basically, yeah, I was studying like singing, acting, dance, like everything I loved. And I was definitely like the underdog because growing up, I didn't have like a musical theater background or a theater background in general, whereas all my peers kind of were coming in with like all the right knowledge, the right training, their
Mhm.
royal conservatorship, all of these things. So whether that was like an advantage or a disadvantage, it really depended. And yeah, from there, I came back to Toronto and met Adam, who is a big part of my musical career now. He's my producer and manager.
Mhm.
And it just like felt like the right thing to do was to focus on like what I was really rooted in, which was writing my own music and singing my own songs, performing that way. So I stayed in Toronto and we've been kind of grinding ever since. And it's been really good, but obviously a slow build, like everything is. And we're getting progress is being made.
That's awesome. No, it's cool. And you said really something really interesting there when you were telling your story, about how you were like the underdog. And it's funny because a lot of people think they need all this. Well, for your industry, for example, for music, they think they need all this musical background. They have to have singing lessons, or they have to have all these credentials. But it's funny, Christopher Nolan, for example, the director, you know of him, right? Obviously, or Christopher Nolan?
Christopher, no.
No, he's a director. He made like Interstellar, Inception, those
Oh,
movies.
I love. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So him, it's funny. Him, for example, he made all those great movies, and you would think a guy like him has so many credentials under his belt, but he didn't go to film school. And even when I watched one of his master classes, and because I love like acting, film, and entertainment, I love that stuff, right? So I was learning a lot of stuff from him, and like by watching his videos, and he was saying that if when it comes to filmmaking, right, and I'll relate it back to music after, but he was just saying it's all about telling a story, right? And he goes, you don't need to you don't need to go to school to do all these things. You know, you learn by trial and error and making mistakes. And essentially, what you just said, that whole story really inspired me because you started at such a young age, 6 years old. And the fact that you learned from your mistakes, you said you made shitty music, but I doubt you did. I'm sure even at 6 years old, you were making great stuff. And the fact that you auditioned that one time and you got in, it just shows how good you really are, you know? So I think the whole message is that even with what you're doing, you know, you don't have to have all these crazy things. As long as you are passionate, you want to tell a story with your music and you enjoy doing it, that's all that matters, right? So that's the way I think about it.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I think like to a degree, like going to school and whatnot, like for me, I look back on that and I'm like super blessed to have that experience and like gain the knowledge that I did. Did it really like change anything in terms of like how I choose to write my music or what I choose to write about? No, not necessarily, but
Yeah.
I definitely like gained a lot of knowledge in other aspects of my life and musical career.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
regardless, like yeah, I'm on the exact same page. Like you said with this director, like you don't technically need to know all of the like bits and pieces. Like almost having that eye that isn't technically trained kind of gives you a different like point of view of things. So
It gives you like an edge, you know what I mean? Which I noticed with your music, you really have, because a lot of your music is, in my opinion, like the way I relate it, and I could be wrong. This is just the way I interpret it, but it has that kind of Doja Cat and who's that other person, and Dua Lipa kind of sound. So like your music, especially because it has that pop with a little bit of that EDM in there, and a little bit of that, not rap, but it's a little bit on that type of genre. So I guess what is your process with making the music essentially? Is that did you get inspiration from other people to make your music? Is it just from self experiences?
oh my gosh, that's such a like big question. Um, I definitely draw from a lot of artists that I used to listen to. Like growing up, I was really into pop punk and so like Green Day, Blink 182, Evanescence. I'm not sure if you're
Oh,
familiar
I
with
love Evidence.
them.
Wake me up, wake me. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, like love Evanescence. Linkin Park was a big one. Obviously, Avril Lavigne. Like, there's all these influences. So,
Love that
of course,
music.
they're gonna have yeah, they're gonna have influence in my music now. In terms of like how I write, it's different for every artist. For me, like what you might notice with my page is that lightning is always like a thing, something that's always around my page, or
Yeah.
like that emoji a lot. And it's because I have like the nickname Bolt in the studio because I write super fast, like very fast. I basically just hear a beat or like a progression, and I just like to go right away, melodies and lyrics at the same time. Whereas some artists like to, either sit with it, or they like to go in the booth and just like hum melodies for a while and then sort of pick and choose their parts. But that's just how I like to write. So in terms of like what I write about, it really just depends on the session, because
Mhm.
sometimes I go in and I'm like, I have a concept in mind. This is what I want to write about. Sometimes I have nothing on my brain. I just go in like being just asking, let's start with like a simple 4-chord progression, and I let the melodies and lyrics take me there. And then
Mhm.
reflecting on that song, it's crazy how like a lot of the times I'll write a song, look back on it, and be like, wow, that has so much relevance to my life. But like I didn't, in the time being, I wasn't actually meaning to write a song about this.
Mhm.
If that does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it does. Yeah, yeah, I know. But it's just crazy because even with music, it's like it's constantly evolving, for example, right? And I know that you're saying your new single Shark is coming on May 14th, and that song you've been writing it for, or you were working on it for 2 years. I saw you posted about that. And since music is constantly changing, from when you first started writing that song to where it is now, did it change a lot? Because again, like every year it's music's changing. So how did that come about essentially?
yeah. So a little bit of background with Shark is, oh my gosh, before I even wrote, this is such a long ended like question that I love, because this song is so important to me
Yeah.
as an artist. So the backstory to that is I basically had this meeting with a really reputable music producer in the industry here in Canada, and showed him a bit of my music. This was before I had written the song. So this was like early 2019.
Okay.
Um, listened to a couple of my songs, and he's like, you sound great, you look great, but your sound is all over the place. Like, you sound R&B on one song, and then you sound pop, and then you sound alternative. And at the time, like, I was crushed, but he had a point. Like, growing up, I listened to all these different genres. I'm the only writer of my music, so I'm constantly trying to change like what I write about and what I sound at the time, because I was
Yeah.
just finding who I was as an artist. He had a point, but me being like 2 years younger, obviously this was like a big meeting for me. I kind of was like hurt by it. And I
Yeah.
left, went back to the studio and wrote Shark. And when my producer kind of did his thing on it and I heard it back, I was like, this is it. This is my lane. This is my sound. And since that, I decided in 2019 I would take that year off to basically just hone in on my craft and figure out what made me different as like a young female pop artist.
Oh, sorry, you cut out there a bit. Sorry.
It really does push boundaries of genre for me. This song like changed everything for me as an artist. So yeah.
No, it's crazy because like even when you're posting those little teasers, I'm not sure, is that because I heard like the alternative sound in it, especially with the guitars and everything. Is that part of the song, or is that just like another sound that just for the teaser? Like, is that for the actual
Oh,
song?
it's part of the song. Yeah, it's actually a big.
That's so cool.
Some people will actually catch it that it's a sample, and I put sample in quotations because we did change the pitch and we re-recorded the guitar, so it's technically all fine, but it's a sample from a Green Day song called Brain Stew. So
No way, that's so awesome.
yeah, it's major in there. So yeah, and in terms of answering the rest of your question, did the song change? We did go back and change some parts of it, but in terms of the overall like aesthetic of the song and sound, like it really did stay quite the same. I was gearing up to release this song at my 2020 headlining show last year at the Mod Club, but it got canceled because of COVID. So
Yeah.
this was the major song of that show. And with like COVID, it just felt like not the right time to release this sort of song. So we pushed it back until now.
Yeah, well, it's exciting to build up that little, you know what I mean? Like, actually, no, sorry, that big, like, awaiting moment, right? Like, people are waiting for this song, and yeah, when I heard the alternative thing, that's what I found out. That's your edge now, right? That's your, like, what makes you different, because all your other songs, like I mentioned, are very poppy, very EDM-ish kind of, right? It has a little bit of that rap in it. Not even rap. I'm not even sure the right word. Like, I guess sass. It has that sass in it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, I definitely wouldn't say rap, but I know what you're saying. It's like a very different cadence in terms of how I approach like
yeah.
melodies and lyrics. But yeah, and in things like sour cherry and whatnot. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to that song Outer Space that got like over 1 million streams, which is amazing. When you first did that song, because that was that was like a breakthrough song for you too, that like reached new heights, right? Did you, when that first happened, how did you even react, like that it got so much popularity and stuff?
So Outer Space is a collaboration between me and two DJs. So I actually wrote the song for them.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like anything, it was my first million streams, so that's like a very big moment, and like I just feel very grateful. It pushes me to want to exceed that and do more.
Yeah, sorry, I was cutting out there a bit. Sorry. What was the last part you said? Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I said that it just like pushes me to want to exceed more and do more in terms of my music.
Oh, awesome, cool. And yeah, no, because again, I even the song with me and my girls, like, so all your songs, well, from what that guy was saying, first off, I don't really agree with that guy, because your songs do have a steady sound to them. They all do sound very similar. You know what I mean?
Now, my stuff prior that I hadn't even released yet.
Oh, that was the stuff he was. So that's the stuff he was talking about, right?
Yeah, so I hadn't even really released much music yet. I was just sort of releasing here and there, but at the time I'm constantly writing music, like every day, just writing. So yeah, I mean, like even still, I like to just challenge myself and just write from a different perspective or a different sort of style than I normally would. It's just like practice, and it makes you a better songwriter at the end of the day.
Yeah, and why not, right? I mean, like, even for my show, for example, I'm releasing episodes like so frequently, but now I'm with my new revamp. I'm like you're part of the new, I guess, look of the show, right? So, but before that, I was posting like twice a week, different guests, like 2 different guests a week, and it was like, even though I wasn't getting a lot of views from it, I just wanted to put out content, because you learn from the content, or you learn from putting things out there. You see what works and what doesn't, right? It's all trial and error. So even with your music, like, you could have taken a different route where it was like posting one song a year, like how some artists do. But then, you could do that. But then, at the end of the day, if you had the time and you're passionate, make as much music as you want. Because Outer Space didn't that song just come out like a few months ago, like, or like not even a year ago?
Yeah, definitely. It came out not a couple months ago, but less than a year for
Less
sure.
than a year,
But
yeah,
I had written
exactly.
yeah, and I had written that song like a year before they even said like, yeah, we want to release this. So it's crazy timing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But even going back to Shark, like, especially with that alternative feel, personally, me, and it's funny, these past, like, I would say few weeks, I've been watching a lot of those like early 2000s movies, like She's the Man and like Freaky Friday, all those things.
Of all time, she's the man. I
Oh,
know
I was just watching it. I was just watching it last week.
That's crazy. If my friends see that, they'd be like, "Oh my god!" Because that's all I do is like, if I'm in a bad mood, it's like She's the Man. If I
Yeah,
want
like,
to
so
watch,
okay, so me and you both have old souls, I would say, right? I guess similar, right? But yeah, even for that movie and those type of even Freaky Friday, for example, they have all those like 2000 songs. I like how you're bringing that back in a way, especially using like a sample, like, okay, whatever, a sample of Green Day's song, right? That's just so cool, because people will recognize that, and a lot of people our age can connect with that because we grew up with it, right? So you're putting that little bit of nostalgia in there, but with a new twist, which is
yes,
really cool.
exactly. That's like the whole idea with this song. So
Yeah, and so you said the song itself, it was like you wrote it after that guy said that stuff about you, right? So I guess the whole, I'm gonna say in a very metaphorical way, but is it called Shark because you're kind of like, you were very angry with what he said, so you're just kind of making a song that's very like sassy, and that kind of just says you're wrong type of thing? Is that what it's kind of about?
Yep, exactly that reason. But like
I nailed it.
funny because like it wasn't even really directed specifically at him. If anything, like if anyone knows me, they know that I'm like when you first get to know me, it's very kind of difficult. Like people think that I'm very kind of closed off, hard-headed. It's not really like that. I'm just very skeptical with like who I let into my life, and especially in my inner circle. And like the friends that I have to this day and the team that I work with now are the same people that I was working with back then. Like it's very small knit, and like that's how I prefer it because I don't trust people easily. And like this song, it's almost like, you know how people use the term, oh, you're a snake, like they snaked me or whatever. It's like a shark to me is like one step up from that. It's the people that like specifically infiltrate your life trying to reap the benefits of whatever it is you're doing. So
that's really clever, because snakes, it's funny with snakes, they're more devious, right? They come at you and they bite you, and then you won't die right away, but the venom over time will kill you, slowly kill you, right? And that's how some people are. They're very like, in Italian we say furbo, right? Like they're very sneaky, right? But with sharks, their purpose, like when they bite you, you're dead. So sometimes people, they'll come at you right away, and you know those type of people. Sometimes it's hard to kind of listen. I'm the same way as you. I don't let just anybody in my life either, and I've been screwed over a lot. And I know we're both we're both very young, and we're probably gonna be screwed over many times in the future, because that's just how it is, and we get to learn from that. But mind you, like, you know, me personally, I've gotten screwed over in the past, and I've learned from that. So I try to like, I'm very skeptical, and I be careful who I allow in my life, because I feel like, and I was just talking about this with somebody too, as bad as it is, everybody, it's just always a competition. Like we're living in a rat race. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I'm talking to somebody that's a show host like me, right? Like that's like a talk show. They're going to tell me their thing, and I'm going to say my thing. But subliminally, we're always trying to be a step above each other. It's always like, who's better? You know what I mean? So even with that guy who told you his thoughts on your music, right? I'll be honest with you, he probably said that because maybe he thought your stuff was really good. And maybe he just, I don't know, maybe he was just jealous too. It could have been anything, right? Maybe he just wanted to be better than you too. Who knows?
well, it's funny because like even in the pieces I was showing him then, it was very like experimental, which I find like you can definitely find elements of that in my music. Like sometimes there's some crazy change ups, and we're constantly like mixing sounds and doing like really quirky things. And it's funny because after he said that to me, him and his artist released a song that sounded very similar to like one of mine.
Exactly.
So it
See what
was
I mean?
yeah.
It goes in a full circle. I don't know. That's just what I think about it. But I like how you didn't let that bring you down though, because a lot of people would hear that and they would get very discouraged and go, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna, maybe he's right. Maybe I'm not good enough for this type of thing." And especially with what you said about your past, how you didn't have all these credentials under your belt. For other people, they would have thought that like, "Oh, maybe he's right. I didn't have it back then. I didn't do a lot of things, so maybe I'm not good enough now." But that's what makes you inspire others, especially people like myself, hearing that, because I get very discouraged too a lot of times. I think maybe I'm not good enough. If someone declines me to come on my show, I get very discouraged too. I think, wait, am I not good enough? They don't want to come on. So that's something I think people could take away. Not just like, I think besides your music and how it sounds good, people could take away that aspect. Like when they listen to your lyrics or your music, know that, wow, like I've been through that, like, oh, she's talking about sharks and how they come at you and deliberately want to hurt you. I've been through there, I know how that feels. So you're really relating to the audience, again, telling the story, right? That's what I like about your stuff.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely do it in a very metaphorical way, but hopefully for the people who are really listening, they would like understand it's not really like about a shark. It's about,
of course, yeah,
much more than that.
You have people from up north who go fishing and stuff like that. Oh wow, she's talking about sharks, eh? Oh yeah, I love my sharks. Yeah, people think it's actually about a shark. Oh my god. One of your songs, Me and My Girls, I wanted to talk about that because one of your pictures, you talked about the zodiacs, right? The zodiac signs. And first off, what is your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus? Okay, I'm an Aries, okay?
So it's like May. You're an Aries.
Right? Yeah, I'm not good with all these names of this stuff. I don't know when they are, but do you actually believe in that stuff? Because I'm curious to know, because I always thought because I'm an Aries, but I don't even know if I fit in that category, to be honest with you.
Like to an extent I do. I don't know like every sign's details, but I definitely think that, like I've always been very intrigued by space, and like it's relevancy to like us and all of that. So I think to an extent, like they do have some compatibility, because like when I read things about a Taurus, like I fit that description to a T. And when I look at like my friends and their signs, they fit to theirs like to a T, but I don't, like I could never be a Libra or a Leo. Like I'm very much not like that. So it's very like specific. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. So yeah, to an extent, I do very much believe it. And it's funny, like I'll always say things like, oh, Geminis, like I despise Geminis. And I'm like, why do I despise Geminis? I just like know them for being like two-faced people, but I'm like, I've never really had a Gemini in my life that's ever done me wrong. So
that's what I'm saying. It's funny because I'm the same. Like it's funny when I talk to my friends about it. They're saying the same shit. They're like, oh, like I'm never gonna talk to like a Pisces, for example. They'll be like, oh, I don't like Pisces people. I'm like, do you know any Pisces? They go, no, but like I know how they are. I'm like, you know they are, but you don't.
Human.
Huh?
At least I'm honest about it. I'm just like, yeah, no, I've never known a Gemini, but like.
No, that's funny. That's so funny. But I like space a lot too. I'm very into that type of stuff. And apparently yesterday NASA just found water on Mars. I don't know if you heard about that, but that was pretty cool. I'm watching videos on space all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I didn't hear about that though.
It's so many things going on. But besides that, what else can you share about Shark that many people may not know about before we end off the show?
Ooh,
like something that you just wanted. I don't know. It's that one little thing that people may not know about.
Okay, well, we have. I mean, like I'm releasing a music video with it as well that we recorded 2 years ago. So this video is pretty old as well, but it's still like relevant to like today, and it's very relevant to the changes that we made with the song. I sort of had that done with two directors that I work with pretty closely, Travis Didluck and Lee Zavitz, and they're fantastic and super talented. Really small, like set, just us. It was actually like February that we had it done, and there's a lot of pool scenes, but it was freezing because our winters in February are like horrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't an outside pool, but it was like a little kind of hutted area, but still so cold. I was freezing my ass off in this pool for like hours. And then we didn't wrap until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I still had to drive home, which was like another 2 hours. So I didn't get home till like 3 and had to be up at like 7 a.m. for the green screen aspect of the shoot the next day. And I remember waking up late and just like scavenging to get there. Like it was bad, but yeah, the music video is sick, and I can't wait for people to check that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't wait to see that too. And if well, this is what your first music video, right?
Sorry?
This is your first music video, right?
No, I have plenty of other music videos for previous songs that I've released.
Yeah, I have to look at them after because I didn't see them. I just saw your stuff on Spotify, so I have to actually watch the rest of them. But I'm excited to see this one. I'm gonna watch all of them after this. Trust me.
Yeah, this one's like one of my favorites that I've done, and I have so much more music coming out, so I'm super pumped for all of it.
I'm so excited, honestly, and honestly, no, I think everyone's gonna love Shark. I can't wait to hear it. Everyone's gonna love your music too. Before we end off the show, what I like to do is I have a record player, as you can see. I have a few records. What I usually do is before I end off the show, I just like play something and I just like, thank you for being on the show and stuff. So I have a couple records. I'm not sure if you know some of the artists, but whatever one you pick, I'll just pick a song and we'll end it off with that. So, I mean, one of them I have is John Mayer.
Love John Mayer. Okay.
Okay, you love John Mayer. Okay. I got Supertramp. I'm not sure if you know them.
Yep, Supertramp. Okay.
Supertramp.
So far, so good.
Okay, New Radicals.
Nope, never heard.
You know one of their songs. It's called "You Get What You Give." It's like "Don't Let Go." You got the music. That one.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
This one you probably don't know because they're from the UK. They're very, very small. They're called Simply Red.
No.
Yeah. So
I like that cover.
Oh, it's cool. And look at this. Look how cool this one is. It's actually red, the actual vinyl.
Oh, love that. That's sick.
When you get vinyl, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy one. If you ever make a vinyl of your songs,
I'll send it to you. You don't gotta buy it.
No, are you crazy? No, I gotta get one 100%. I got a Frank Sinatra one. Frank Sinatra's the best.
Oh my God, look at the picks.
I got different different things. I got Hall and Oates, which I love.
Okay.
And then the last one I got is Prince, Purple Rain.
Love.
So,
Prince
yeah.
is my most favorite artist. So
Seriously?
maybe,
So we got to play a song from him then.
yeah, I think we should go with Prince.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and I got Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, The Beautiful Ones, Computer Blue. I can't read that. I can't even read these for some reason. When Doves Cry, Purple Rain. Yeah,
We're
but
gonna can go with When Doves Cry.
Perfect.
That's like one of my.
Perfect. All right. Which side is that even on? I think it's 2. Oh my god.
You
This
need
like
some
this.
there.
Sorry?
You need some glasses.
I know, but it's like weird writing. It's like I can't even read it. I don't know. Maybe I'm. We talked about it. We're getting older and stuff, right? I think I'm really losing it here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But anyways, Dallas, thank you so much for being on the show today. It was a great time, and I'm excited to hear the song. But here, we'll just end it off with this quickly. So good, eh?
So good.
Thanks for being on the show, Dallas.
Really appreciate it, and can't wait for you guys to check out Shark. And just feel free to reach out and let me know what you guys think.
Yes, and I will be putting the link down below where people can stream it. This is obviously going to be coming out after the song comes out, but I will be posting a little clip on the day it comes out, and I'll tell people to go stream it, okay?
Love it. Thank you so much, Adam.
No problem. It was a pleasure. And guys, we'll be back after the break with more with Luke from At the Box Office. Take care.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to At the Box Office. I'm your host, Luke Smith. Now, guys, before I dive into the main content of this segment today, I just want to give a big thank you to everybody who's watched and supported our new episode of the Up and Adam Show, our new formatted episode. Guys, it has been a big success so far, and it's only because of you all. All of us here at the Up and Adam Show put in a lot of work, and I'm so glad that you all love it and that work's paying off. So thank you all so much for that. Now, guys, I'm going to be doing something a little bit differently today. Now, of course, as you know, I normally talk about films on this segment and movie-related news, trivia, movies I like, movies I don't like, yada, 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 because it's called At the Box Office after all. So, and all my other YouTube content on my other channel is also movie-related. Today, I'm going to be talking about a TV show, specifically a revival of an old TV show that is near and dear to a lot of people that's my age hearts. And that, of course, is the iCarly reboot. This is a rebooted continuation of the 2007 to 2013 Nickelodeon sitcom. Now, iCarly is one of the most popular shows of this era, and it is beloved by many people my age and a little bit older. It's kind of cross-generational in a way. And even when I watched it when I was younger, my parents actually didn't mind it. It was one of those shows that when I turned it on, they didn't immediately want to die when I put it on. They actually could watch it and enjoy it with us as a family. And I really liked that original show. Now, the revival is obviously anticipated by a lot of people, but I have several problems with it. I'm honestly not a big fan of the direction that they're taking. Now, it caused a little bit of a controversy because, one, it's on Paramount Plus, which is the worst streaming service of all time. Nobody has heard of Paramount Plus, and I will immediately delete Paramount Plus as soon as this series finishes airing. Yeah, so I know that's going to go past the free trial date, so they'll get a little bit of my money, but the second the show ends, boom, I'm deleting my account. And I assume a lot of people are probably going to do the same thing. But aside from the horrible service that it's being released on, I also just don't really like the direction that they took a lot of these characters. I don't really like how, at the end of the original show, I think everything wrapped up nicely. I think Carly kind of finally moved on. I think everything was good with Freddie and kind of his maturity throughout the show. And I love how Spencer remained a calm and collected presence who's mature and takes care of Carly, but at the same time is very immature at times and brings a lot of humor into the show. And this new revival kind of craps all over these characters. Now, at first, it makes Carly into essentially someone who, since the original show ended, has meandered and essentially became a loser in a way. Her life has not gone the way she expected it to. She also is very weird towards her love interests in the show, multiple love interests. And, I just really don't like the direction that they took her character. I think her kind of moving on from iCarly was very mature. It's a very mature way to wrap things up. And it's like the revival. They're like, oh, well, we want to prey off of people's nostalgia, so we'll just put Carly in it again. And we'll just make it all about she's doing iCarly again and she's moving back to Seattle. It's like you take these characters in a place and they end on a spot that is satisfying, and then they just decide we got to bring them back to Seattle somehow. So it causes a regression in the characters because of that. Same thing with Freddie. Freddie in this show has been divorced twice, has a daughter he's taken care of, which the actress who plays his daughter, by the way, Millicent is the character's name. That actress is hilarious and probably one of the funniest things about the show. But Freddie's character has been divorced twice. He's moved back in with his mom. It's just I don't like it. I don't like when you take well-established parts of the lore and the continuity of the show and kind of just destroy them just so you can make more of the show, which properly ended before. Now, it is kind of fun to see these characters again, but I will say that the acting is not too great. Jerry Trainer as Spencer is fantastic. He's just like he was in the original show. He is a highlight of the show for sure. If you want to check this out, as an iCarly fan, it's worth it just for him because Spencer's great. Now, the worst part about this reboot is Miranda Cosgrove's acting is not very good. It wasn't very good in the original show. She was widely considered to be a weak link, and that is the same here. Nothing against her. I've heard she's a very nice person in real life, but her acting is just not very solid in this. I don't 100% know what happened there. You think she would be better by now, but it's almost like she's kind of gotten worse. She's lost some of that charisma she had as a child actress. I will say, though, that Nathan Kress as Freddie is also very good. I think he does a good job in this show. He's definitely kind of become a better actor. I've seen him in some smaller independent projects. And yeah, he brings a good amount to the role, and he kind of hops back into the Freddie character. So aside from Miranda Cosgrove, the fault of the show is mainly in the writing, and especially the first 10 minutes of this show, which I know it's going to be a little awkward for these actors to hop back into characters that they haven't played for years. But it's especially awkward at the very beginning of the show, and it takes a while to get its footing, really, if it ever even does get its footing fully. Really, guys, I know I'm crapping all over it, and I know a lot of you guys were excited about it. Well, keep in mind that I wanted this to be good. I love the original show. And, despite the fact that all these sitcom revivals and reboots that have been happening over the past couple of years, it's a plague, pretty much, is destroying originality in Hollywood and in the television industry. I just loved iCarly so much that I still was interested in seeing where they took these characters. But the beginning of the show is very exposition heavy. Carly and Spencer and Freddie literally sit down and talk about things that have happened to them in their life. They explain their whole life to characters who already know the details of their life. And it's basically just for the audience. It's the worst possible way that you can do exposition. Guys, to wrap this thing up, I was really let down by this show so far. There's 4 episodes currently out, and they're going to continue airing throughout the next several weeks, weekly. And I hope it gets better. 4 episodes in, and I'm not liking it so far. But hey, you know what? The one thing I can say about this show is no matter how bad it does not tarnish the original show. And that is definitely a plus for me. I can watch this and think of it as a failed experiment and not a continuation of a show that I love. But guys, anyway, that is going to do for At the Box Office today. Thank you as always for watching the Up and Adam Show. Be on the lookout for more Up and Adam Show episodes coming out weekly every Sunday at 8 o'clock. Guys, you all are the best. And now stick around for a conspiracy theory from The Bad Batch. See you guys.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Daniel.
I'm John.
Santh.
And I'm Michael.
And we are
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
And we're the Bad Batch. We're back to you guys with the second rendition of now our conspiracy theories for the Up and Adam Show. And this week I'm up with my conspiracy theory. I wouldn't necessarily say mine is a typical conspiracy theory, but it is something that probably everybody has heard about. It's about the Mandela effect. You ever hear about it?
Yeah,
I've heard about it countless times.
So there's several cases I want to bring up to you guys that
I feel like I can guess one.
Go ahead.
Berenstain Bears.
Nah. Well, that is one. I did see it, but I want
That's a huge one.
Sorry to cut you off, but even Chick-fil-A, I don't know if you heard about that one. But
I have
continue.
not, and I don't care.
There's a lot.
So, anyways, no, but there's some that I wanted to revolve, especially around what the Bad Batch is about. So we're gonna start off with I think it's Cinderella. Okay. Cinderella.
So what does that have to do with the Bad Batch?
Come on, bro. So everybody's heard of the saying "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all?"
Yeah.
Never happened, bro. It was magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Magic mirror. Remember when the lady she's
So
talking
the first
in
one you said was mirror, mirror on the
mirror,
wall?
mirror on the wall.
Okay.
And bare people say that. Like, it's been copied.
So it's
This-
not mirror, mirror?
It's magic mirror on the wall.
This is my defense to that.
Go ahead.
Okay. All of us have watched Shrek, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
In that scene, when he's
They say
talking
it.
to the mirror, he says mirror, mirror
Yes,
on the wall.
yes.
So maybe that's where people get
That's
more
fair enough.
confused.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, is this not the most perfect kingdom of them all?
So
is
to move
true.
along.
But I swear I've seen the scene where it's like mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah, bro.
And she's talking to a mirror.
Exactly.
And you're
think-
telling me...
But if you go back, it says magic mirror on the wall.
And what would be the defense to that? Like,
Well,
did they change it?
no, it's
Post-production?
just
No,
apparently
you
it's
just
just a
think-
time lapse, bro.
It's something that
It's
you
a
think
mind
of.
lapse, sorry.
Because it could be like a riddle that's
Yeah.
been passed
So
on.
That's
another one. I
crazy.
have about 5 or 6 of these. So follow along.
Mm-hmm.
Monopoly Man. Does he have a monocle? Yes or no?
No.
Does he have a monocle? Yes or no?
Yes.
Does he have a monocle?
Yes.
Yes or no?
He has
He
the
has no
monocle.
fucking monocle.
Yeah, I knew that.
He has no
monocle, bro.
Never had a
You know
monocle.
who has a monocle? Mr. Peanut.
Mr.
Yeah,
Peanut.
Mr. Peanut
He's
does.
never, bro. He
remember
has
that
never
too.
had a monocle
Yeah.
once.
Bro,
Yeah.
top hat mustache.
If you were to pull up a
we pull
picture
up a photo-
right now...
Editor, fucking put it in the video. Pull up a clip. Pull up a clip of Monopoly Man. He's never had a monocle.
He has to have
He's
one.
never had a monocle.
If I'll give you $5 after this if he doesn't
He
have
doesn't
one.
have a monocle.
Okay, what's
Listen,
the next one?
Keep it
He
going.
just runs the hat though. Yeah. I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
the top
Pikachu.
hat.
What color? What 2 colors is Pikachu's tail?
Yellow and black.
Yellow and
Yellow and
black.
black,
Yellow and
yeah.
black.
It's just yellow.
It's just yellow.
Yeah.
No, there's no black.
Just yellow. I knew it.
Being Pokemon fans, there's no black on
Not
the
on
tail.
the tip?
You know what's funny?
There's no
When
black
I
on the
draw
tail.
Pikachu, I always draw that.
Always
There's
draw
like a
that.
line at the end of his tail that's brown in my head.
Yeah.
There
Not
has
even black.
never once been a patch on the end of the tail. I
thought we had Pikachu.
That's
But doesn't Raichu have one on the end of his tail?
I think Raichu does.
So
he has
maybe-
brown. It
Yeah,
could have
that-
been.
that
You know
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying?
There's always
too.
these little incidents where
Yeah,
like people can
you
get
mix
mixed
them
up.
Okay. So moving on to my boy Forrest Gump. Great movie. Tom Hanks,
Yep.
amazing.
Decent.
Okay.
Bubba.
What does he say about a box of chocolates?
Life
I'll
is like
say
a box
life
of
is like a
chocolates.
box.
Life is like
You'll
a box
never
of
know
chocolates.
what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't say that.
Yes, I
His mom
literally-
says that.
Listen, he says life is a box of chocolates.
Oh.
Not life is like a. How many times have you heard that? Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's
That's
life
right.
is a box of chocolates, bro.
Life is a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get.
You never
That's
know what you're gonna
trippy.
get.
That's so trippy. Are you kidding me?
Because
And the
does
fact
mom
is,
say
like,
it that way? Like,
everyone
everyone?
thinks
No, the
this.
mom
It's
says
not
it.
just
Yes,
one
right.
person.
So I got 2 more. The last one I'm leaving because it's legendary to all of us. So I'm gonna leave it for last. Next one is we all grew up watching Disney, of course. Okay, we all know who Tinkerbell is. Okay,
Yeah.
I saw this shit.
did you guys book? Remember how Disney used to do when their TV shows or the movies came on? Little Tinkerbell would fly in.
Yeah.
She would draw the Disney with her wand, and then with the eye in Disney, boop. And it would be like
Can you do it for the camera?
it would be like a little, little Tinkerbell stuff.
Was that
Yeah.
Pixar? No,
Okay.
it was Disney.
Disney.
She's never done that once.
No, she's done that 100%.
No, it has never been the Disney sprinkle on the eyes.
Oh no,
I saw
okay,
that.
okay.
Though. I saw that where it said that she's never done it before.
Bro, I only remember in all the movies her coming on with the wand, bro.
Yeah.
Sprinkle
No,
on the
but
eye.
she never
and-
writes Disney. She flies her on the screen and then she goes like to the top of the screen and
Yes,
then she
yes,
does
yes,
it.
yes.
But she doesn't put the dot in the eye.
Yes,
To be honest,
I don't.
I don't want to like disrespect anyone here, but I never watched Tinkerbell.
It's Peter Pan, not even Tinkerbell.
Peter
And
Pan.
it's all movies.
But it's all-
not
it's
just
all
Peter
the-
Pan.
I think I may have watched
At
Peter
the beginning,
Pan.
bro. At the beginning of every Disney movie,
Yeah,
it's
at the
like-
beginning of all the movies.
Not now.
Let us know. Did any of you guys watch Peter Pan? Because I didn't.
Yeah, Peter Pan's a goat. Okay, listen.
Bro, come on, Peter Pan, bro.
I want everybody to just quick pause for a second. We all know Star Wars.
Come on, bro.
We all know Darth Vader. We
Yeah.
all know Luke Skywalker.
Oh, don't. I think I know
Luke-
where this is gonna go.
Luke is falling Darth Vader looks at him.
Oh, I know.
Daniel, what does he say to him? He says,
I am your father.
is that what you think he says?
I think so.
Mike, what do you think he says? He says,
Because, bro, it's always Luke. I
am your father.
Yeah, he says, yeah,
Luke.
you're right. Luke.
I am your
But he doesn't
father.
say Luke.
He says, no, I am your father. Bro, what?
No, I am your father.
Because Luke says something to him,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
he replies to
Yeah.
it.
Yes, bro. I remember growing up, okay, in elementary school. Me and my friends, we always used to like just do that shit because we were like, I was Darth Vader for 1 year for Halloween.
Me too.
And I remember saying like always, bro. That was just a go-to line, especially because
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith came out
Yeah.
when we were kids.
Yeah.
Luke, I am your bro. He said no.
And
And
this is
rewatched
fact.
this movie
Yeah, we did.
Is
I
this
know.
facts?
I know.
No, it's facts,
bro.
Facts.
I've seen this too.
So you don't think they're like changing it post production and just messing
That's what
with
people think. That's what people
That's
think
what
as
people
well.
are like, listen, the government's up to something. They
Yeah.
want us to start to turn crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Meanwhile, I'm out here tripping out because this is all I picked this stuff for our childhood stuff. You know what I'm
Government's doing
saying?
the job.
Yeah, it's just crazy because it makes you trip out. Like,
It
dude,
doesn't make any sense. I'm literally mind blown right
There's
now.
a lot more. There's a lot more.
Yeah, there's a lot.
there's a lot
There's a
more.
lot
So
from
many
movies.
that
Lot
sent
of
you
stuff.
crazy.
anyways, we want to pass it out to you guys. What did you guys think about this? Which one was your favorite one? Let us know in the description below. Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Damn.
And even if we missed anything, any ones that you guys know that we don't, let us know below.
Plug it in. Bad Batch, shining out. Bah.
Peace.